Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, we'll be learning so many different things, but today you are in pretty tasty kitchen. And today we'll be cooking a very special Ghanaian dish, black eye beans with plantain, cocoa and beans. This is a very special Ghanaian dish. We really love this dish. So with my ingredients, I have my all-purpose seasoning to taste. Shrimp powder, hot dogs, plum tomato, red oil. This is Zomi because I really love Zomi, so I'm using Zomi. Tomato paste, salt to taste, but it's optional, so if you don't like salt, it's optional. Then I've already cooked my black eye beans, so it's so soft. This is my black eye beans, which I've already cooked. You can see the vapor coming out, so it's hot. With vegetables, I have my fresh tomato, my eggs, ripe plantain, bell pepper, onions, garlic, and ginger. Then I've already put in my mackerel in the oven, so it's almost done, so I'm smoking it. So you can use any fish of your choice, depends on your preference, anything that you like. So to start with, I'll peel my onions nicely, wash them. You can use any onion of your choice. You can use red, white, any onion, but today I'm using white onions. So you peel them nicely, and then you peel your garlic as well, and then your ginger, garlic, onion, ginger. You peel them nicely and then you wash them. And all my vegetables has already been washed, so I've washed them in vinegar water, so they are all healthy and hygienic. So after that, you cut them or you chop them into any sizes that you prefer. You could also decide to grate or even blend them, but I decide to chop them in this dish because I don't want my stew to be all smooth. I want my stew to be rough, not too smooth, so I'm chopping and grating some of my veggies. So I'm grating my ginger. So like I said earlier, you can decide to blend or chop. It's all the same. Then I peel my plantain. With this dish, if you really like this dish, or if you're a Ghanaian, you understand that this dish, we really like the plantain to be very soft. So anytime I'm cooking, I go for the overripe plantain. If you look outside, you might think they are spoiled, but you can see how fresh they look inside here. Then I chop my tomatoes. Like I said earlier, I don't want to blend my veggies because I want them to be rough in this stew. But you can decide to blend, yes. And hey, it's a rainy day, so I decided to show you outside. It's all rainy. So you add your red oil into your hot saucepan. I really love my red oil, but you can decide to use vegetable oil as well. But today I'm using red oil. Maybe one day we will try with vegetable oil. So you let it become hot, then you add your chopped onions, and then you add your garlic and ginger, and you stir it together. You give it a good stir so that everything will mix together, because this is the base of the stew, so you don't want to get it wrong. You want everything to be all good. And then you add your chili powder. I like mine very hot, so mine is extra hot, but it's optional. So if you don't like pepper or chili powder, you decide not to add, but I like mine very, very hot. So yeah. And then I add my plum tomato, which I didn't blend as well. Yeah, I'll just use the spatula to just tear them apart a bit, because I want my stew to be rough, like I said earlier. Yeah. You stir it all together to get a good mix. Then you add your chopped tomato. I decided to add all my chopped tomato, plum tomato, and my tomato paste all at once so that they all cook together. So there goes in my chopped tomato. You give it a good stir. Oh, you give it a good stir. And then I add my tomato paste. And you stir it as well to mix it all together. So I'm using my spatula to just break my tomato into pieces. Here goes in my chopped hot dogs. But you can use any, it is optional, it's not mandatory. You just use any meat or any protein of your choice. So I'm using the hot dogs because I love it. Then I add my bell pepper. Look at the color. I wanted a nice color, that's why I chose the yellow bell pepper, but you can use any color of your choice, or you can even decide to use all the other colors together. Then I add my shrimp powder to taste. So with the seasoning, you can use any season of your choice as well. So I am using shrimp powder and then my all-purpose seasoning. You can see how thick my stew looks. So if you want your stew to be thick, you add the tomato paste to makes it very thick. And that's one of the reasons why I did not also blend my vegetables. Now I'm adding my salt to taste, which is optional. So if you don't like salt, you don't need to add salt to it. Then I give it a good stir for everything to mix nicely. And the aroma in my kitchen is already smelling so good. I wish you were here. So after smoking my mackerel in the oven, I washed it nicely, took out the parts that I did not like, and this is the end result. So now you can see that I'm adding my mackerel to my stew. Nesa wodi nam ni guma no wenunum menam no ewura mu stew ne ewura nam ni. You can see how yummy the stew looks already. So you give it a good stir for everything to mix nicely. So if you like my video, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and then like my video so that anytime I upload new videos, you will be notified. So I'm giving my stew a very good stir, and then this is the time to add my black eye beans. Like I said, I've already cooked my black eye beans, so it's all soft and nice. So I give it a good stir again to mix the beans with all the other ingredients in the stew. And then from here, you're almost done, so you leave it to cook for some time. You can see how colorful. Oh, look at how my fish is swimming in my stew. Isn't that lovely? Oh my God. Looks so yummy, and my kitchen is smelling so good. I'm already hungry. This is a very, 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 very special dish in my country. So as I was preparing my stew, I was also boiling my eggs in the corner. One kasa ohese ni kosua ya papai kama ya. Na utumi se gobene ebeye de ankasa. So as you cook your eggs, I love to tidy up. So I've already tidied up the kitchen, ready to fry my plantain. So you put your hot pan on the hob, and then you add your vegetable oil. You can use any oil of your choice, olive oil, red oil, but I'm using vegetable oil. So you put your frying pan on the hob and you allow it to warm up, and then you put in your ripe plantain bit by bit. You wouldn't want to get burned, so you just take your time whilst dropping the plantain in the hot oil. And then you space it up so it can cook nicely. I love my plantain to be very brown, so that's how I'll be cooking it today. But you wouldn't also want to let it burn, so as it cooks, you have to be turning it around. You can see how brown it looks, and this is exactly how I prefer my plantain to be. You can see how lovely it's looking already, and I know I'm making you hungry at home. Sorry, don't mind me, we are learning together. You can even join me in my kitchen, okay? You're always welcome. So you turn it nicely, and then you allow it to fry to your desired choice. So I'm almost done, and here is my setup for my serving. You can see my plantain is already cooked. Look at my beans. Look at how the fish is in. I told you. Looks so yummy, and it smells so good. So I serve myself. Like I said, you are always welcome. Then you add your plantain to it. And I'm not forgetting my eggs for anything in this world. So I add my eggs. Nicely. And there goes in my gari. A lot of people might not know gari, but gari is made out of cassava. One day we'll be learning how to make gari here as well. So people can decide to eat it with gari or without gari. It's optional, but it's nice with gari. If you enjoyed watching my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.